Good morning, everyone. Welcome.
Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are on this planet. Friday in the end of the week. Let's see what she got for us. So starting a little bit earlier than normal, so we got plenty of time to prepare. All right. So profile wise, on the higher time frame, the weekly, we basically tried to push out of balance, out of value. We pushed up to that first target, which was the first level of aggressive selling for me to be beaten by the bulls. For continuation, we were unable to trade above. We basically rejected from it. We dropped back into value from that composite profile. So then the move makes sense for a move towards that point of control of that session. Then to be seen on this time frame, do we bounce here for another retest to the value area high, or do we sell off, reject, and do some business lower towards the value area low from that composite, and or where the buyers are most aggressive? It's going to be a thing. It is Friday though, so expectations should be lowered. Nonetheless, she can do it on a Friday for sure. I've seen it many times, many crazy sessions on a Friday, but the probability just becomes a lot lower. But that's what I'm looking at. There's also a probability for price to chop around here and not go anywhere. That's also a probability. Also something to note, especially on a Friday. From a higher time frame perspective, I would be looking for another retest, especially if that composite value area low, that area, there's a little bit of a buy block on these levels. Would make sense. Yes, we can bounce here. We'll see. Let's create a new plan. Session profiles from yesterday. So yesterday, rejecting value from Wednesday, immediately start pushing under a value, trading towards that prior range low, closing the gap, melting further. I was looking at this session from Tuesday. This was basically the lowest aggression on that at that day. If this would have melted, she would have gone for the lows, but she bounced here and then basically created a little bit of a range, 85, get 200 point range. And we're currently trading below the lows, so we're currently opening up with a gap. If we open up here, there's still plenty of time for price to do business and get back in range, but yeah, we'll see. Let's point out the levels here. So what stands out here for me, get the value area low from prior session. One, there's buy aggression, but it's also sell aggression. So knowing what we did yesterday, and if we're opening up with a gap, so let's say we open up here and price pushes to close the gap, we trade towards the value area low, this is a level I want to see get broken by the bulls. If you are able to trade above, those sellers are going to be trapped. Maybe that got resolved in the session yesterday, probably, but I still would be looking at the same way for that level to get broken. I retested that level, and then continuation down is still very valid for downside. At the same time, if we regain that level, I'll be looking for a value rotation of that session to the value to the POC first. So first, if we regain value area low, we're trading back into value. At first, I'll be looking for that POC here. And overall, I'll be looking for the rotation of the value, complete value rotation, but then she has to trade above the POC. And if then for some reason we start trading above the value area high, and overall, I'll be looking for prior range high, but a little bit of a low volume node to be repaired here. So I still would be looking for fake outs if we start pushing out of value here. This area probably would want to see this buy aggression. So if for some reason, so currently we're trading here like out of range, it's bearish. If for some reason price closes the gap, trades towards low, regains range, trades towards value, regains value for some reason. If for some reason price does this, I'll be looking for the prior POC, then the prior value area high. If you trade above that, if you trade above the value area high, I'll be looking for this level to get broken. This is still like a little bit of an extreme for me, for them to fail and get back into value from yesterday. The most bullish thing would be if you start trading above for continuation, if that makes sense. Yeah, currently bouncing. This is a high probability spot for a bounce, or for price to have some reaction some way on that point of control of that composite. We're basically trading at it. So especially under those levels, setups to the downside would make a lot of sense for these range lows here. Let's see what she does in open. I'm still got 20 minutes, huh? All right, overnight. Yesterday, obviously, straight dump until the IB closed. So the first hour was straight down, basically. And then we were unable to trade out of IB, which made sense for price to start chopping around. All right, let's see where the levels are for today. Right, we can still get like 20 minutes, so it might be a little bit early to define them. But yeah, already this is standing out. That's going to be some nice buy aggression. The value area still might shift and all that. Very likely to do so. And the sell aggression is going to be to 80s. Don't really want to put it under the value area low, but that's where it is. But yeah, come back to that later because that's still going to change. It's too early for that. So currently find support on that buy aggression. It's going to be a key level for sure. Now we just need some patience. Let's see if there's any news. Look at Chicago PMI after 15 minutes, which is not really. What is my bias for today, sir? Depends what the market wants to do. I make levels, I make a plan, and I wait for price to react to that level. She could go either way. Price is super balanced overall, like last month. If you look at the profiles, on the weekly here, that's a composite of 3 weeks. And then this week, we basically, if we close like this, I'm gonna need to merge this one too, like so. And then this just becomes the profile for next week. Yeah, super balanced. We're basically trading at the fair price of the last month. This is where price buyers and sellers agree upon which is the fair price, the most traded price. We're right at it. So this is super balanced. Given we basically swept a lot of highs, I'm leaning to downside because I think opposite liquidity to be taken at the 700s, that composite value area low, potentially lower. But then again, this is probably a good spot for a bounce, just to keep in range, in balance. At the same time, we can do a little bit of a short squeeze today and then still dump Monday. Don't really like to go. I mean, the times when price when NASDAQ is about to open up and it's that clear, the bias, doesn't happen that much to me. We'll see what she does. I'm basically going to be looking at the power range low and the value area low as a key zone and see what happens here. Like, I could be bearish at the moment and then market opens up, regains those levels and is bullish. So I don't like to go into this session with a mindset of what market is bullish or bearish. It's usually not a good thing. Because, for example, you could be bearish for example today, like in overall in the long term, like maybe on Monday we will be like closing or trading below like weekly lows and super bearish. But at the same time today we can short squeeze all the shorts that happened yesterday, squeeze them all, get them all out of their positions, and then the market is bullish, and then afterwards dump. So I try to look at it from a very low time frame. We'll see what happens at the moment itself point of view. And for example, on this currently monthly profile, you can see in the delta on the right side of the chart, there's like buy blocks here and here. It's basically where we're at right now. So from that perspective, very likely to have some sort of reaction and bounce. If this fails, could be a support resistance flip. I'll be looking for that lower buy block. Let's see what happens here. We'll see. We're currently about to open with a gap, so that's interesting. So gap rules are going to be in play. So the opening price is going to be key today. I hope I don't get any disconnects because I'm done with that shit. So for example, if you open up with a gap, and the market opens up, and from the opening print, she only goes up, I'm not going to short. I might be looking for longs for a gap close. If she opens up, she comes back, retests. As long as she stays above that opening price, I'll probably be looking for longs, if able to, for again, that gap close and potentially higher. If Rhythmic doesn't die on me like last time. At the same time, because we're opening up with a gap to the downside, if the market opens up here and we see immediate sell pressure, no longs. Sell pressure to the downside, shorts only if setups present themselves. And at the same time, she could come back for a retest towards that level and then reject. Still looks good for shorts. So that's what I mean with gap rules. And then there's one more potential thing that can happen, and that's an open auction, meaning we go up, we trade below, we trade back up, we trade back below, then the direction is very unclear. Then I should be hands off until she resolves either way. Also, not sure how much I want to do business up on open because the candles have been huge. So it's either take a big stop and give it room, or get stopped out 70 times before the first 5 minutes close. Morning, morning. Kind of want to mark out the sell pressure here. Not something I do a lot, but this one, just to point out that that value area low is going to be a key level. If you start regaining that level, kind of want to long towards that naked POC and the upper levels of value. Same time if you fail that level. Yo, what? Deep charts, come on, man. All right, 30 more seconds and then I'll do the overnight session. But that aggression level probably is going to be the same. Currently rejecting that. So for the bulls, you don't want to see that. All right, 5 more minutes. So that overnight probably is going to be staying the same. She could do more business here because she's trading here, but probably stays the same. This is a big delta. So 836 is right there. need to put it on the right chart. So the buy aggression is going to be a key level here. It's basically a block. I'm just pointing out the biggest one here. It's basically that high volume node. That's what that lines up. And just mark the value area low and high. And the sell aggression basically is at that value area high. Above that, there's no volume. It's like a little bit of a volume ledge. If she starts trading above that, yeah, probably be very bullish. I'm just gonna mark out the sell aggression here. It's gonna be a key level. If she starts trading above those and use that support, that'll be looking good.
Time today, I'm looking for all of the fades, want all of the smoke, all of my goals inside of the scope. I'm taking it healed and coming for more. Woke up, didn't even stretch. I'm placing my bets on myself. I be doing the most. Why you always talk like you wanted it goats? I ain't gotta speak cause I already know. This ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique. Shine bright like jewelry. Of course you don't wanna fool with me. I got views to see and gifts to use. I got everything to gain and none to lose, and he can prove. I took his burden and yoke. It's like moose when I hit the moves. You can't tell me anything, I mean anything, that's for sure. I already know, I know my identity from the go. I told you I already know, you can't tell me anything.
It's looking very heavy, huh? Get some targets at the 670s, range lows. She gonna sweep them, or do we regain prior range low?
This ain't a lesson. I put on his armor like it was my weapon. I'm stepping. The ops can lead. My props are these utilities he put inside of my belt. Feeling me, it's just the face I can tell. But really, the king is the one you can smell. This ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique. Shine bright like jewelry. Of course, you don't wanna fool with me. I got views to see and gifts to use. I got everything to gain and none to lose, and he can prove. I took his burden and yoke. It's like
All right, the market is about to open. Good luck, everyone. So market opens, marking out the opening price here. Pushing up. The buy aggression here. Yeah, I'm not gonna kid you, man. Like, she died again upon open. Like, this is a big part of my edge. This is right here. She might just dump, but dude, fucking, I'm over this, dude. This is the every day of the week, every fucking day of the week. Wusa. Wusa. Yeah, I might just switch to the X feed. Fuck Rhythmic. So we closed the gap. The market is kind of bullish from that opening point of view. Kind of want to see it trade below a reject for shorts, basically. Another day, another dollar. Looks heavy. We rejected the gap close hard. At the same time, we're trading above that opening price. Let's see what happens here. I'm not gonna give it too much room here. Sellers try to step in. Overall, I'll be looking for value to regain. I'm only long 3 micros, but I'm fine with that. Kind of want to see the reaction here at these levels. This is where the sellers were most aggressive. She has to push through here. Kind of want to hold on to my trade. It's not a bad, it's a good trade location. So I kind of want to give it the benefit of the doubt. She might just regain value, but she has to obviously regain value. Got the IVB at 30 minutes at the moment. Currently rejecting that level. See who wins this battle.
Trying to get me cheap like a thrift shop, but I told them it's my time, shit the wristwatch. They've been talking way before they even doing something. If they wanna play, let's get a tip off. Ain't no silver lining, dog, this some rose gold. Getting new money, I'm a old soul. Yeah, I get it bouncing like a pogo. And I'm too cold like Frozone. And my chick elastic, girl. Told them we ain't into faking, this ain't plastic, girl. Bought a new whip and cash, now my tax is thorough. Way I'm shooting like step with my passes, bro. The way I'm playing the field, I'm in a league of my own. And now they all in they fields, I got them all on my phone. But dog, I'm hitting the climb, I got no time on the low. Way I'm shooting is messy, the way I'm hitting the goals. I'm taking big shots, just stop. Way I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, but I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop, way I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, but I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots.
Struggling at that level.
And you know I don't play by my rags though. Now go and turn it up to the max, whoa. Send a paper to me now like a fax, whoa.
Go, buddy.
2 phones ringing off the hook now. When I'm in the city, I get looks now. I was going bad, but I'm good now. Said I had to go and put my foot down. Told them I'ma get it and go. Even in the summer, man, they knowing I'm cold. I got a couple checks coming that I made out the flows. Might get a couple more popping if I do it some more. I gotta do it for real. Said I'm back in my bag. All my digits are climbing just like they all in the
Buyers step in. Come on.
I'm taking big shots. Just stop. Way I'm driven, no pit stops.
Brutal.
I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, but I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots.
Brutal.
Just stop. Way I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like
Still looks good, huh?
Pissed off, but I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop. Way I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot.
pissed off, but I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, but I told him this a
Did I
chip
just
shot.
get myself in a little bit of trouble by re-entering? Already tested value. That is a thing. That is a thing. Yeah. Probably too aggressive with the ads. Very, very likely. Give that one more shot. They need to get absorbed here. They need to push. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna chill out here because we already hit that level. You don't want to see it get rejected. Let's see what happens on those levels. Kind of still want to give it the benefit of the doubt for long as above that 840 level. Brutal. Why the fuck did it put me in a position right there? Dude, this rhythmic is not lining up. Moon. Buyers, take control. Get back in value. Get back. Again, it is that level where sellers are most aggressive and they're definitely doing their thing right there. Definitely fighting a wall. Could still work, but I'm gonna put myself in a hole I don't want to get out of on a Friday like this. It's not over trading. The idea still looks good. I'm just trying to get into momentum. Momentum is just not picking up. I'm not gonna sit here and just do nothing. If I think the market is doing something, I need to put money on that. Otherwise, what am I doing here? Especially upon opening, especially in the first 30 minutes, 60 minutes, the market is most obvious to me. That's why I want to push buttons. Not really. It's me being too aggressive, trailing it. Could have gone long one time and just waited. Could have been a thing. But yeah, I just like to be more aggressive with ads, make more money. They're struggling against that level. It is what it is. Also, trading for everyone is different. Like what I do, it's definitely not something I recommend for anyone else. Everyone needs to do what they do best. And what I need is my profile. Where the hell is that? Where the fuck did it go? So that's not what you want to see. That value area low with the aggression. That's the rejection, losing those levels here. Definitely losing interest in longing this. Now it's waiting for me for some setup to the downside. God damn it, where is it? Also kind of want to see the opening price get rejected. Otherwise, we're basically creating an open auction, which is the most choppy one. Still looks good for rejection, but it's turning into a little bit of a range here. This could be nice. We'll see what happens. It's just getting less clear for me from a profile and open type perspective. And the rhythmic just died again on me. Like this. I'm done with rhythmic. So done with rhythmic. Do you trade the same way on replay sessions? On I always do the same thing. Always. I'm just done with rhythmic. It's just destroying the edge. Like, really struggling with renewing my rhythmic connection for next month, which is gonna be today, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, I don't care about overnight session like London, Asian, don't care about it. I'm always looking at how the market reacts to these levels I'm talking about. That just gives me the same information. I just have to take the right actions against it, acknowledge it. So up on open here, multiple times testing that value area low. I kind of need to stop targeting it. I kind of want to wait for price to regain this and then look for longs after. For shorts, I want to be doing business on the lows here. This is good time to get trapped. Question is, would the short make sense at a level like this? I'm not a fan of shorting it, but there she blows back into value. Freaking huge candles. 50-point candles. Very nice, NASDAQ. And then no pullbacks. Interesting. Would have been too perfect for the NASDAQ to do that for the first time. Just punch through that wall, go to that POC. That's usually what happens. Like, do some business, drop around, and then go. Kind of want to see these levels hold here, see if they get absorbed. See what happens here. momentum. Punch through the wall, punch through the wall. This is a level of absorption. I don't want to be doing business if she pulls back. I want to see her push through it. Yep, it's fine. All right, we had news like 15 minutes after the open. Forgot about that one. Change settings, number of big trades instead of bubbles. I don't need to see numbers, sir. Not the biggest fan of longing this anymore. It could have been the flip though. Short would have made more sense. The absorption was obvious on top. Just not really something to would have made sense. Would have made sense. No VWAP for me, sir. No VWAP. Absorption. That candle. Just don't like the area for long. No buen. The chop is real. And from a profile perspective, she's looking heavy as fuck. Don't want to be doing business here. It's like the middle of the range. Made sense though, but
Eyes watching me, I got them bitches mad then. 2:33 and I'm still going hard then. I'll buy a building just to burn it down then. Phone keeps on ringing but ain't calling back then. Eyes watching me, I got them bitches mad then. Yeah, badges but no copper, got them hidden, made a couple stick or chopper, got a aim, smell a bluffer like a couple check or go, let the anger flow.
is there more news? Not really.
She's on top of wages. I've been going places. A departer in Tahiti, packed a bomb bikini, fettuccine supper. Eyes watching me, I got them bitches mad then. 2:33 and I'm still going hard then. I'll buy a building just to burn it down then.
To get top of the hour closing in 3 minutes, so
Eyes watching me, I got them bitches mad then. Eyes have seen what my mind couldn't believe. Making loves by women, couple Mr. Dennis with degree. I'm a bee chasing my dreams while my demons chasing me. Such a pessimistic optimist, yeah, realistically. Back down can be put in the ground.
look at this wick, dude.
Down with the shame and the doubt. Pinch yourself, bitch.
That's a 30-point wick. And she looks like she wants to flush, and I'm trying to not to push a button. Because this is middle of the range. I kind of like it, but the area is just...
Magic like Houdini, always been a stoop. Eyes watching me, I got them bitches mad then. 2:33 and I'm still going hard then. I'll buy a building just to burn it down then. Phone keeps on ringing but ain't calling back then. Eyes watching me, I got them bitches mad then.
tight range so far. Could wait for a price to resolve from it to do business. Could be a smart thing. Why do you move instantly? Stops, blah blah blah. Because I don't want to see price trade to certain levels. Long, I don't want to see price come back to a certain level. For me, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes I'm way too soon, but obviously I make a lot of mistakes. But I see price move, it retests the level, it goes again. I don't want to see price come back. Then again, I don't want to pray for the trade to work, especially after the market has shown some information. Test the level up, for example, then I don't want to see a rejection of that level. Then I put myself break even because, for example, in that last trade, where is it? Was it here? Yeah, it was here. So for example, although this was an aggressive trade, like price moves up, retest this absorption, like I'll put a break even. I don't want to see price reject that level and come back to my stop after I saw that. That don't make sense to me. Especially on the trade location, it depends. Like upon open, very aggressive. Like I will be very aggressive with everything I do. If the trade location is bad, I want to be aggressive. I'll give it more room. If I'm very sure I'm having good trade location, as I had upon open here in that first entry. Market, like the first hour, half hour closed here. It's kind of interesting moment. What is she gonna do? Look at all the absorption down low here. There she blows. Do we get acceptance is a question. Smack down back in that range. Again, against that absorption, like I'll put it break even. Like if that smacks back down, it's gonna do the same thing as before. So yeah, I could give it like 30 points, but I'm not happy to do so. So let's not do that then. It's very likely to stay in range too. Push through. So try to step in there. Aiming for that prior PSC though. If she at all gets there, look at the absorption. I mean, if they want to buy high, that's a bullish thing. But at the same time, she has to push through from those levels. Close above the prior candle would be good. Struggling hard. Yeah, this is that sell. Scallop push through immediately. Nope. Or does she? So I'll push it. She pushes that prior candle, I'll get some money back. Overall, I'm looking for that POC there. I'm gonna be very salty if this comes back to my stopper. Kinda wanna play that move and be done for the day. That would be sweet, NASDAQ. So I was pushing. This could be a nice trail location if she shows continuation. So I don't want to see sellers take control of that level. Can we get the continuation? Wick prior candle high. It's gotta wake those levels here. If she wicks that level, I could chill way more than I'm doing now. Push, push, push. She hits POC, I might be very tight. Trying to give it the benefit of the doubt for it to hit it. And I want to see this candle push through, obviously. This would be already a nice regain of some P&L if I can drop it here. Come on, NASDAQ, you push. could have waited for this to happen, because that looks like a good trail location. Buyer stepping back in here. Still valid trade towards that POC. Immediate. Worth a shot. No, I don't think about editors for clipping my streams. I think about making money from the NASDAQ. Sketch. At the same time, yeah, let's wait. Still like the move for the continuation toward these upper levels. Where's my profile? Interesting. See what happens here. She could drop way lower to reload. All right, we can try something out if you want to. Just send me a message on the Discord, sir. Same time, this could be seen as a retest of that POC. I still like it above the... Oh damn, man, you gonna do me like that? Just like the area. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. could stab one more time though, to like the 930s. Like right here. Value area higher. It's right here. Buyer step in. Interesting. Might want to wait for momentum on this one. This is a nice area for a reload, huh? Connection lost. How else could it be? How else could it be? Rhythmic. Fuck Rhythmic. I'm done with you, Rhythmic. Like, just really fucking real. If that doesn't tilt, then I don't know what is. What is gonna tilt? Oh, basically already hit that level here. You want to see get broken. Oh, Jesus. She doesn't push through. No. I'm about to change my connection to DX feed in about 0.2 minutes after this trade. Can't deal with that anymore. Cooks me. Cooks me so hard, and it messes with my execution because I very likely would have been protecting myself already in this move, because I'm a little bit cooked now because of this fucking rhythmic. I'm just letting it play its thing. For real, dude. For real. It's just annoying because it's been like this whole week up on open. Every time I'm in a good position, it's not a one-time thing. This has just been like every freaking day. Push through. If it pushes that level, I'm putting a break even. Or like the low of the candle, which is basically break even. Getting absorbed at the level where seller stepped in. Just gotta push through. Push the high and break. I'm real break even then. Look at the amount of business. Oh, could have scaled. She's just gonna smack it down. Look at the absorption on that PLC. Not what you want to see. I feel like I'm kind of done for the day. I'm really cooked. Don't want to push buttons when I'm cooked. There's one pattern I'm waiting for. If that doesn't show, it's very likely to show. If I play that, that fails, I'll probably call it. Basically waiting for somewhat the same thing to happen. At the same time, this was a real nice test of that POC with a nice information that we got absorbed here. She might just push through right now. There's a case to be made to be aggressive here. Ideally, I want it down low though. Somewhat the same levels. Initial balance about to close through in 10 seconds. Zero information, zero bubbles right now. Kind of want to see some absorption here for potential long. Don't want to fight that that absorption with no aggression. I think she looks good though, but just need to wait for timing. I will add my 1 minute templates, or there's really not much to it though. It's just IVB, deep trades, delta bar, but I'll put it in there. Delta bars, just watch for pressure in the candle. So when I'm trying to enter, I'm just looking for the pressure in the market. Give me an idea. Again, no aggression. Again, I'm gonna enter without the aggression. I'm not gonna be left out. I'd rather take the loss than not be in the move. And look at it, 0 aggression in this candle. Look how it's going up. It's probably a reason why there's no aggression in it. At some point I want to see confirmation. Sellers pushing it hard here though. Like there's not really a clear point for me to besides structure from that 1 minute, which I probably should use. This pops the high. Now I kind of want to put myself break even because I want to be in the momentum. And if this smacks back down, let's keep it 80 bucks. It's in a kind of a range here, like it's consolidating, but I do like the setup again towards the current value area high from this session. 30-minute IVB broke out to the upside. Look at these candles, dude. She has to get some conviction or I'm losing interest. I'm a very impatient person. That is fine. As long as the market, NASDAQ moves with some conviction, then there's no issue. But if market's not moving with conviction, I'm just getting a lot of break evens. Like already not a fan because we basically rejected upside, but it's okay. Now I'll put myself in a move, break even. Delta, I mean NASDAQ, do the thing. Make me be done for today. Kind of should be more aggressive this time. At the same time, if she pops the current higher, might be a little. Kind of want to take the benefit of the doubt for a flush of that level. At the same time, she might be doing the same thing, like just give me a 40-point wick to the downside, and it's looking like it's gonna be the same thing. Come on, NASDAQ, do it. Oh man, why trade a market like this? Oh really, NASDAQ? You're gonna do the thing? Kind of want to use that zone as protection potential, but it's very likely to just get back in range and go for my stop. But at the same time, gotta give it the benefit of the doubt. Kinda want to give it the room there. If that pops, I keep it real break even. If she goes back up, I'm gonna slam some more contracts on this one. Give me something to confirm though. It's very likely that my stop is gonna get hit break even once again. Like the reaction though, like the reaction. Someone's gonna get trapped. At the same time, she might just do this. Right, that's. Got a feeling she's very thin. It's already past my level. It's that's a scratch trade again. Kind of feel done for the day. Could have taken profit 75 times. And giving it more room does not make any sense. She's teasing. She's good at teasing me. And then this candle goes for my stop. Can I get a green bubble, NASDAQ? That's not a green bubble, that's a green candle. That's also good. That's a green bubble. Is that has to push through. That has to push through, NASDAQ. There's nothing to protect myself at the same time down low here. Do I give it the 90 bucks? Come on, NASDAQ, close bullish. The tease is real. Are we gonna get to finish the week? Somewhat of a 1, 2, 3. I should have been there. I should have been there. Why am I not trailing? Why am I not trailing? Why am I not trailed? Oh man, I was giving it too much room. Time. On NASDAQ. Destroy the shorts. I hope this is entertaining because I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good time. Do the a level of absorption. Kind of need to be aggressive here. Still not being aggressive with my trail. This is why I have to stop trading, because I'm a little bit cooked. I'm not doing what I usually do. Yeah, this is somewhat of a NASDAQ. Come on, man. Why that quick? Okay, I guess I'll take the $400. Okay. More for you. I'm dropping it, man. Not this time, NASDAQ. I'm out. I don't care what happens. Overall idea, trade targets 25,040, which is going to be that target from that IVB of the 30 minute. But overall, if we trade above the POC, get acceptance, use this as support, I'll be looking for the value area high from the prior session, and the overnight, which is going to be at the 25,080s. Yeah, rejecting again. You want to see it trade above with conviction. Yeah. Before I end the stream, or I do anything, let's see, do I still have like evals? Maybe I'll trade an eval and just lock the funded part for this week. Still looks good though, like the absorption here on the pullback, that's strong. This could be the nice trail. If you see something like this is what you should trail. But yeah, I was not able or willing to give that back, dude. That's I'm just mentally exhausted in this short amount of time. Yeah. All right. So from a profile perspective, on that composite, bouncing from that composite at the moment on the higher time frame. On the daily session here, we opened up with a slight gap. We initially, let me see what happened. Yeah. So initially we pushed bullishly up towards the gap close, then we tried to sell off, did some more business, regained that opening price, traded back in the range, violently chopped around, then traded towards the value area low, and then here we started basically rejecting that level initially, for it then to break, and then the move makes sense towards that POC once we start trading in that value for a value rotation, initially towards that POC. And so from a profile perspective, for longs, I want to see obvious price action above that POC, for longs towards that value area high. At this time, we are currently a little bit of rejecting that level. Not something I want to long against too. Could make sense. But yeah. This was definitely the hardest. $734 made this month. For real, for real. So from where is it? I'm using the 30-minute IVB, the opening range, 30 minutes. So top of the hour, shit, right here. So once you push against that IB, that opening range, trades make a lot of sense when she pulls back towards that aggression on top. That was basically what I was looking for in this play. And she did it multiple times this week. Like she comes back to it, she plays that beautifully, unable to push through, then comes back again. So it's just a pattern in my head that I saw so much lately. That I was willing to, even though I didn't see any real confirmation or aggression, the trade idea made sense, the pattern made sense. It played out beautifully. But again, yeah, no continuation. So happy to be trailed out where I trailed out. Basically the top of the move there eventually, so that's good. So now I would kind of want to see what the first hour would do. So same thing, but then against that value area high, and then potentially look for some aggression. Basically, this whole zone still might be in play for continuation up, but I don't like the sell aggression against that level. It's no more naked, it's tapped. If this level wasn't touched, I would have very likely started pushing buttons again against this level. Already getting a nice reaction here, but it's not naked, so not the biggest fan. Could work though, but why 30 minutes? Because it gives sooner, quicker information. It's like 30 minutes sooner. It's exactly the same approach though, and I kind of use both, as in this scenario, but yeah, just get quicker play on the 30 minute. Could even go lower to a 15 minute, which a lot of people use. Yeah, would be somewhat the same. Because like if this is the range on the 15 minute, you wick the trade above that high, the bias becomes to the long side. If price comes back, value area high, prior POC of that POC of that level becomes levels for longs. So from that point of view, that was a really nice entry with the absorption, prior range low. Yeah, it's the same on all those time frames. But 15 minute might be a little bit too aggressive. I don't know. It's just what you want to get used to. Do you think he can? It's a she. I refer to NASDAQ as a she though. Yeah. But If I wasn't short on top, I would not short here because I kind of want to. It's very likely to have some sort of bounce, so I would not be interested in shorting here. I would just again refer to the profile. I would look for a fail of value, and then once we start trading under the value area low, start looking potentially for shorts maybe. This is not financial advice. This is me talking trades. This is what I would do. I do not recommend anything. Yo, I had my best month this year. I mean, it's the second month of the year, but I had one losing day where I pushed for too long because I didn't want to lose. Yeah, that's still something I mean, that's never gonna go away. Kind of want to lose more, so I stay in that same rhythm and don't go too many highs, and then don't never want to go lower than that high, and then it always comes that high, that break. Yeah. It wasn't a bad month. I mean, and the levels are obvious too. At the moment, 40 for the big bubbles. I had it on 30, but that was a little bit too much. 40 seems to be a good average at the moment. So again, hitting that level, so the long would have made sense. Coming back towards that value area, high from that session, again against that aggression, absorption on the bottom. Yes, it can fail, but yeah, looks good. Only thing I don't like here is that we already tapped that naked POC, that prior POC. That's something that would make me not take the trade. And this is why the window of opportunity closes. That's why I want to be more aggressive when the market opens, because all those levels are virgin, naked, they haven't been tapped yet. That's when the market for me should be and is the most obvious and clear, and that's when I want to push buttons. So at this point, there's already a few models and ideas I played out. So all those ideas become less edgy. There's less edge in those trades for me. So the window of opportunity dies down. So the further we go in the session, the more I kind of need to slow down, especially when she's not really directional. But that, again, this is me, how I trade. For longs, I kind of want to see it trade above a POC with some conviction, for then to trade to the long side. What was that? Double kill? Let's see what happens here, right? Top of the hour. Maybe I'll go for a cup of coffee. I don't know what to do. Kind of good on my P&L today though. It's Friday. It is Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend. This is the first time in a long time I feel kind of mentally exhausted. I think it's because of the streaming. It's more intensive than I thought it would be, even though I'm just doing the same thing as I would do if I wasn't streaming. The month is good. The month is good. Just that one losing day this week. Could have been less red, but I kept pushing buttons after I stopped streaming. And there was that one session, the market really, there was no volume, like the Wednesday session from Wednesday, which was the lowest volume traded in a long time. Yeah, I should have walked away. I just I couldn't let my green streak end. I just wasn't, yeah. Ego. So I gave it back 2,000 on that one that day. That was a big hit. I just wasn't willing to lose. And that's not a good thing in trading. So top of the hour close here. Some volatility might kick in. Looks good for a potential move up here. It's a very volatile range though. If you can point out those levels, like if you just would have bought that same level I was longing, I could have done it for the third time and made more money. If you just do that, that would have been good. But trying to catch anything momentum wise at this point, tricky. Yeah, from a volume perspective, she still looks good. Basically everything above those levels. That's one of the models Fabio explained in his videos when he dropped a video of the IVB indicator. Also, the only sell aggression is really on top here. So is it gonna fail against those highs? Or it's just gonna rip their stops? Or whatever is above that 20 level. Buyer strong though. There's also a price gap at 26. I didn't notice. Damn. So I'm basically looking at this area here. Still kind of naked price gap wise. It's not much anymore. It's literally 5 points. But yeah, that is the thing. This is the reason why I don't want to long against. If I'm late and I'm priced somewhere here, I don't want to long against that POC because of what happens right now. Just keep smacking down. Kind of want to see it trade above with conviction. Really a bigger impulse move up and a nice higher low above. That's what I want to long. But it's Friday. I'm hungry. Might keep it short. I'm good on the day, man. Like I'm not gonna push buttons. I think I'm good. I hope everyone had a good week. Have a good weekend. And yeah, Monday back for some more. New month, new week, new money. Another week, another month, another dollar. But first, let's enjoy that weekend. I'll see everyone next week. Peace.